All right, it's almost midnight. Whew. Has been a long day. Wow, did a lot outside, did a lot inside. I was tired. After dinner. I fell asleep right around almost 8. But then I got up right around 11. So I had probably a 3-hour sleep. I am energized, and let me show you what I've done so far since the last video, which will surprise you. Look, I got order, got invoice, I had an appointment. Look at that. And the nifty thing is, look at this. Look at all this filter here. See there? It's interactive. Isn't it cool? So if you select all here, it includes everybody, complete and non-complete, checked in and non-checked in, and you can sort this by dates and time. Look at this time. Now this time right here, all right, it's not saved in a separate column. All right, let me show you how I did this one, date and time here. If you notice, I got date here and time here. However, check this out. I had to come up with ways to be better, to be okay. That means that form is open. You just need to take the focus away from that form. The date appointment. All right. So what I had to do there, instead of storing date appointment, time appointment, I just add both of them together before saving. All right. So, and if you look at here, you don't have the appointment date. You got date and time. All right. So I'm going to show you how I did this one. All right. Let's go to appointment form. Appointment form right here. So this is when I save, all right, it's going to identify these two guys. Obviously, you have to make this guy a short date. You see how I did a short date? And this one is a short time. See that? Short date and short time. All right, now, when I save this booger, it goes right into the code. And let me show you the validation. I didn't bring you along with me because it's just redundant, adding the form. However, I will show you the logic how I came up with that. So if validation is, if there's no error, that means there is something. All right. Now date appointment and then time appointment. If there's something in there, I want to validate the date and time afterwards. So on the save right here, if everything goes well, all right, you see how I did format time. So what I did here, I add another text box, invisible text box right here. Show you invisible text box should be on that one. Nope. Oh, this is appointment. My bad. It is appointment. That's what we're looking at. All done. Completed. That should be formatted. I did it somewhere around here. Let me find out. Let me look for it. There, that right there. This guy. Just a second here. Just a second. Get rid of. Right there. That control box says formatted date time. All right. So let me show you how I did this one. So I add a function called format date time. All right, and that function, is called utility functions, I guess. You can do a lot with functions. So this is where I add it. That's a display time. That is when I display the time, separate from whatever it is. And here's a format date time. So I say, hey, I'm gonna send me the control box or text box, not control box, text box, which is that hidden text box. And then I said, now give me that date. All right, the date, which is date appointment. All right, and then give me the time. All right, it says give me the time in string. All right, and then I said, okay, now I'm going to convert both of you guys into a date. You see there, say date. Date part is date, time part is date, and I convert it back. All I had to do is just say, hey, date plus time, and then I make sure that time part right here says time value. Right, time part is time value, and then it's it extracted. Now this one right here is validated. Okay, I want to make sure that, hey, if this guy is validated, all right, or this is when you add too many. Yeah, this one validates the number of date time. It will say, hey, that's not within the range. Anyways, so that's why I say between right here. All right, so if you enter that, it's gonna intercept the date time. All right, it just wants those, between those numbers. That's how I did it. All right, and then let's close that guy. Let's go back to the appointment. So I said, okay, go format this guy, the date appointment, time appointment, and it move into this control text box. And then all I had to do is say, hey, date appointment, you are that. And that's it. All right, and that's it. Now that function that you saw, the function that said display time format. Right, let me see display. So this guy is validation. There's a display time in here somewhere, right here. Display time in AM PM. All right, that comes from that time. So let me show you how I did that. All right, so on the form, it's subform appointment right here. All right, you see time right there, and it said appointment time. This one is appointment date. All right, so here is what I want to show you. It comes from the appointment list. So let's go look at the appointment list right here. And if you right here, appointment date. So if you look in the code, that's how I did it. I say, hey, I just want a date here. Make sure you just show me the date, nothing else. No time, no nothing. Just the date, see date. All right. And then on this guy right here, appointment time. All right. I said, okay, now go to that function I just showed you and display time AM PM format. That's it. and so that's how that looks right there, date time. This guy is the date time, and this is essentially the same thing. I just extract the date time here, and this one is appointment time. You see how it extracts from 1:25, 5:08. That's the time. All right. So that's how that works. All right. So that is the appointment. All right. That's appointment. And now if I updated this guy, all right, say okay, I'm checked. Oh, that guy's already checked in. Okay, that guy decided not to decide to leave. I'm gonna say save that. Now we got checked in. Or if I come in here, I said let's look at the check-in. Nobody. Let's look at that's everybody. That's everybody. All right, so this is real interactive. Now, how I did this one, you really want to see? Sure, I'll show you. Let me show you. This one is the subform. So right here, right, what I did was I add the order by on the main form. All right, order by on the main form. And actually, let me show you the main form first, because otherwise you wouldn't understand. So I'm gonna move my focus away. Let's see, right here, appointment. So each time that you click, all right, so this guy is right here. That is use filter option, and this guy is checked in option. This guy is completed option. All right, and this one's always going to show ascending or descending option order by. All right, now each one of these guys right here has its own control. Okay, so for example, there you go. For example, these guys right here, it says use filter. What I did was I add the use filter here somewhere. There, use filter. So if it clicks, I want to identify which one is clicked. Okay. Similarly, if I that little funny stuff right there. Anyways, this guy right here, that guy right there also has its own control. It's called checked in control. All right, so txt checked in right there. Okay, and then this guy also has its own control. Not only that, it has the group control, but the name I want to identify. If you click that one, I want to know which one are you clicking. All right, so this one should be completed. Txt completed. Oh, wrong one. This guy right here. There you go. Txt completed. All right. So I have to understand what the user clicks. So if I go in the click event, all right, this guy, I will turn on whatever the user works. So say, okay, what did you just click? I want to see. I want to know. So okay, 1 is all, 2 is user defined. Well, if user defined, I just enable, not enable, and then I say, okay, now go refresh that subform. Similarly, right here, each time you click, it's going to refresh the subform. Each time you click, it's going to refresh the subform. The order by the same way. All right. So now the subform, all it is just going to say, okay, on my subform right here, see when it says refresh. Now go to that main form and give me that txt define. All right, the order bar. So the order bar is there. All right. If there's nothing, meaning when you first load the form, it's going to be null. If it's null, I want the ASC, ascending order. All right. Now go to where clause. All right. I want to see what you done here. So in the where clause here, in this subform, right, is a function right here. I did the same thing. All right. Now actually, this guy's right here. I want to default that to whatever that first option is instead of all right here. I just made a copy and all that. So let's fix that. Now that I see it, so the first one is not checked in. All right, so this first, no, that one is all. That's fine. This one is not checked in. All right, so that's the first one. That's going to be the default. I didn't even realize that right there. So the default is always going to be 1. All right. Default is going to be 1. All right. And then this guy is the same way. I'm going to default this guy to not completed. All right. So let's go back to this guy. Not completed. Obviously, it's going to find something. If it's not, if the default is all, it's going to, it's not gonna come in here. It's not gonna build the where clause. All right, it's not gonna build the where clause. See, it said if use filter does not equal to all, okay, come in here. But if it equals to all, don't do anything. That means it includes everybody except the order which is in here. See? So it comes in here and say, okay, now if you're not empty, build the query. You see there? Build the query where the appointment list that I showed you, okay, is the where clause. And order by appointment date, order by, which is that guy right there. All right. And then appointment time. All right. Appointment time by that same thing. All right. And that's how that works. That's why you see all that interactive. So just kind of, you know, takes a, I'm not gonna say because it's working. But yeah, that one take some thought how I want to format this search appointment. Obviously, we can have a view appointment. Well, yeah, no, yeah, that report that could come in here. You can have an appointment here and then list for the day or for previous day, and then it's checking it out, so you can track back of what the appointments, you know, if they're completed or not completed. So that would be another one. All right, but that was the appointment. Now the second thing that I want to show you, since last video I add these options for here. I did part of it, all right, to show you, but now I add the part. See that part list? We did this one and I showed you how I did that one already, but the part, look at this part list. All right, I'm going to view the part and it comes up nicely. All right, and this one is the landscape format. So now by supplier, you click on that and you have global auto parts, supplier, precision engine works, speedy tires company. All right, and description on that one goes on. So this is by supplier, and you notice the title right here. You notice the title right there. I'll show you how I did that one. And here's the category, and that one is also parts by category. All right. Now if I change this guy right here, awesome auto service, let's change that. Go in here, go to company. I'm going to change that awesome. All right. Best service in town. I like that name. Best service in town. All right. So if I save right now, see this guy right here on left is going to, hopefully it's going to refresh. Let's save. See that, best service in town. That's interactive, which is good because that's what you want. You want everything to be, so take a look at this guy. Best service in town, you see that? I showed you how I did that one, how I came up with the footer. All right, so whatever you change on the, it's going to capture all that, okay? Now even the you know what, let's I want to change that logo. Let's go find another logo. I'm going to show you that it's interactive, not interactive, but it's yeah, it refreshes. Let's go to auto images. Go right here. Let's go find something cool. How about auto repair image? Auto service. Let's see if we find something. Now that's pretty cool logo. All right, that's pretty cool logo. That or there. Vector image. Let's see what else we can find in here. You don't want to be too tacky as far as the logo, I guess. Now that looks pretty nifty. That looks pretty nifty. It's got gear, half of the car, and a wrench. like that. Or these guys. All right. Car service, yeah, that's similar to what we have right there. You know what? Let's take a look at that one. Now, the thing that you need to keep in mind is that when you look at the image, all right, it has to be JPEG or the PNG. All right, so this one is JPEG, which is fine. Then we can save that. I'm going to save that image. I'm going to put this somewhere here on the C drive. Let's see. On the C drive, you know what? I'm going to just put it right there. That's fine. And then I'll just delete it later. Okay. Okay. Let's go to yeah, I protected that C drive, so let's put in a D drive. All right, so let's save it in there. I'm gonna close it out, close that out, close the whole browser out. Let's go to this guy, see if we can save the actually, you know what, let's delete this guy and update a new one. Go to the D drive, all the way to the bottom. We should have a card right there. Look at that, it changes, and it changes right here. All right, changes there and changes there automatic right away. So and whatever you save in here is just going to refresh the whole thing for you. Yeah, let's change this company name to auto service. Auto service. Something auto service. Best auto service. There you go. Let's do that. Best auto service. Let's save that. And now if I save that, that's going to update. All right. So right here on the bottom here, you see my name right there. Save. There you go. See that? Best auto service. So, and if you go to the report, let's go to the report. Let's go to service. All right. Let's go to service. There you go. All right. Best service in town. That's the slogan. But you know what? I don't see the name up here. I don't see the name up there. Huh. What happened to the name there? Let's take a look at part. Do I have a name there? I don't see the name. Let's go add the name in there. All right. This is pretty. It should not be too bad. Should not be too bad. Let's go to the header. All right. Report header right here. Don't I have a? There you go. I don't have one. No wonder. All right. So let's add another one. Let's add copy text box paste. I'm gonna move all that way up there. Right there. What else do I want to do here? Maybe I make it a little darker. All right. How about bold? B. There. And then I'm gonna select the name, company name right there. No wonder it didn't show up because I didn't have one in there. All right. So just save on that report header, and that should just fix it. There you go. Best auto service. So that's yeah, and then that's just going to apply to all the reports because that header is just a header. All right. So that's how I did it. I add the service same way. All right. This is list of the service and price. I also did this guy, I think. Yeah. Obviously, you don't see my name in there because I'm admin. All right. The admin account is invisible to everybody. They don't see it. They don't know who you are. But there you have it. All right. So that's how far I got. That's how far I got for this report. The next thing I want to do. So I got pretty good there. All right. The next thing I want to do. You know what? I want to add transaction in here. There are two things happening in here. All right, two things happening in there in the invoice. When you complete the work order or the order, all right, it creates an it automatically creates an invoice. All right, you don't see that. You only see it behind. Yeah, it happens behind the scene. When you complete it, it's going to add invoice. All right. So an invoice is right here. All right. Invoice right here. I think we have 3 work orders. One is 2 is completed, and then 1 is not completed. Let's look at a work order. Yeah, see that 3, and it's not 1 is not completed. You see that is completed? Nope, that one is not completed. 0 right there. All right, and that's why that invoice is not complete. It's not showing. All right, now if I complete that invoice, it's going to take a look again. The 4 items in here. All right, so currently we have 4 invoices in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now let's go complete that one just to show you that it happens. Which one is not completed? That one's completed. That one's completed. I think Jane is not completed. Which one? It doesn't look like it's clicking. It's changing in it. Oh, your horses. Why is that? John. Oh, that guy is not clicking. Maybe I did something there. Let's take a look why that is. Let's go take a look. Work order. Work order. Click that booger. It should come in here. Right here. And if it's not no, it should be in there and should display. So let's take a look at this guy. Why did it come in here? Did it come in here? Will it go in there? So let's take a look. It should go in there. There you go. The first item. All right. First item. Which is number 1. All right. So let's continue. Oops, my bad. Let's continue. And it should display that first item. Now let's go look at the second item, number 2. It didn't go in there. Number 2 didn't go in there. Why is that? 2? Oh, I said it's no. My bad. My bad. If it's no, how about if it's not no? All right. How about if it's not? I think I modify this guy to make sure that hey, that first item, when you first launch it, yeah, I think I did this one, and then I didn't even check. When you first launch it, it's going to be null. If it's null, it's going to come in here. But if it's not null, what are you going to do? Yeah, I left that out, didn't I? So let me show you. Let me show you why it's not changing. All right. So I'm gonna move away. I know why there, because I fixed that one. I want to make sure that I get something in there. So when I first click this guy, this right here, the selection is null. All right, watch. See there it says null. So if it's null, it's going to say, okay, now go give me the first item. All right, now go get me the first item. There. All right, what I need to do is just move these guys outside. That's what I want to do. Copy. Yeah, that's what I had last time. All right, so that's what happens there. So because I want to default to the first item every time. All right, I bet you I did that one on the order as well. Let me take a look on the order. CBO. I'm looking for CBO right here. I did that the same way because I want to default to the first item, you see. Yeah, I remember I did this one, but I didn't check. I only validated if no, I should move that guy outside. There. Now, regardless, if that first time it comes in here, it's going to set to the first item. All right, thereafter it's going to, yeah, it's just going to grab that whatever you select. So therefore display should always display. My bad there. And I'm glad you're with me because you can see how I troubleshoot that. All right, nicely, easily. All right, now if I go to order, it's going to default to the first one. I should be able to select as well. See, it default to the first item, and then I can also select differently. All right, there. All right, now let's see this guy, John. That was first item. Hey, didn't go to the next one. Why? Huh. My bad. I don't understand that. Let's try that again. I don't know why that is. So let's do that. Okay, I know why there. Okay, got it. So yeah, so initially it's going to be null. All right. Yep, I showed you that one already. Let's do that again. I think I see what is happening here. All right. Remember, each this drop-down list has two columns. The first column is the ID. The second column is the name, which is what we're looking at here. There's, you know, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 columns here. The first one is the ID. All right. I see what's doing there. All right. So let me move the focus differently. I think I know what it is now. So I didn't look at this one. So this guy means the first item, not the first column. All right. So if it's null, I want that first item. That's what it means. Otherwise, yeah, Jack. See, sometimes you just have to look at it, you know, and yeah, closely. Otherwise, we'll go the number. And now I want the column. All right, 0. That's what happens there. You see that's the difference. All right, this one is select the first item. This one is select the item and the first column. All right, so now watch. Now this guy will not this guy will not display the ID. All right. First time that you go in, you won't see the ID, all right, displayed. Let me show you. So we're gonna go back to work order. Put. Let's try that order. Oh, it's back here and I got it closest, and that's why it didn't go there. Try again. Go there. This is null right now. You see that? That's first time you load. And that first time you load, so say, okay, now I want that list. I want the list, right? So this is the first item, okay? And this guy is null. See that? Work order ID is null. So let's go in there and see what's going on there. It's 1, all right? It's 1. It's displaying 1, okay? So it's 1. Oh, continue, my bad. Continue. All right, and it displays them correctly. Now this time, this guy is not null because there is a list in there. Okay, see, now there's a list. Now, if I select 2, it's going to go to else because this guy is not null anymore. You see, now that control is not null. It's going to jump to the else. Now, we don't want to type in item data. All right, we want that first column. Okay, so right now this guy is 1. If I step in, it's going to be 2. See, now it's 2. That's what it is. Yeah, sometimes you have to look at it. Okay, what did I do wrong? See, we got 2 now. Now it's going to display correctly. Yeah. Because last time, you know, when it come in here, everything is blank, and it doesn't look cool. So, but now we want to say, okay, I want you to default to that first item. Now you can select. All right, see there. Alright, so now let's do that with the order. Similarly, the order has to be the same. Alright, so let's go to right here. So if it's I'm gonna copy that one. If it's null, we'll grab that first item, not the first column, first item. But if you are not null, I want you to go to that first column now. You see that? Alright, because there are 5 columns. Or this one is only 4 or 3 columns, not sure. But yeah, now we'll say now you go to the first column. Alright, so let's take a look. There you go, that's the first item right there. Alright, that's the second item. That's how that should work. Whew. It's not too bad. I mean, that's part of, you know, programming. You gotta identify, hey, what's going on here? How come it's not doing what you want it to do? Now, what I wanted to do earlier was to look for this not complete. See, this guy is not complete. That's what that's where we were. I was gonna show you that when we complete this guy, all right, it's going to create an invoice. That will be number 5. All right, that will be number 5. So let's take a look. Let's go to work order. We're going to complete that. I mean, if it breaks, that would be good. I can show you how to fix it if it breaks. If it doesn't break and it's good. All right, so let's edit, and we're gonna say save. I mean, completed, save. All right, now let's go to the invoice. That's the 5th one. That's the latest one. You see there? So we're gonna say select the 5th one. That's it. So now we have 5 invoices. So that happens automatically. All right, that happens automatically. Now, if you look at this time, it will make a payment. All right. We'll make a payment. It's going to add to transaction. Now we have transaction too. You see there? We've been making payments, and every time you make a payment or return item, this guy right here. Okay. You make payment, it's going to credit you. I noticed it's got how many decimals there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimals on that one. I'm going to show you how to fix that one. Going to show you how to fix that one. As a matter of fact, we're going to fix it before we complete or make a payment to that invoice. So this one is in transaction. Yeah, let's go fix that. We only want 2 digits. All right. Now the best now in the real world, okay, big companies, they have 4 digits. All right. To make sure that the numbers are accurate. All right, but in our case we can just limit it to 2. Okay, but I'm just showing you that, for example, the company that I work in, we always use 4 digits. Okay, 4 digits for the amount, for the transaction amount or orders, whatever that we have. Anyways, let me show you how to fix that. I'm gonna close that. No, save. Let's go to transaction. There is a transaction here that I created right here. Okay, new transaction, and the transaction save right here. See this transaction amount? We can round this guy to 2 digits. All right, so we can say round, and then 2 behind here. That means I only want 2 digits behind there. Okay, I only want 2 digits behind there, not 10,000. That's all you have to do. All right, so save. Now let's go. Let's make payment to that work order. Let's see. Work order is. Let's see what type. What is it collecting right here? What is it collecting? Invoice. Okay, so we're gonna look for invoice. We gotta have. Right now we don't see number 5, invoice number 5. So when we make payment, we should see number 5 in here. All right, so let's gotta identify that. Now let's make a payment. Payment is 60 right there, 60, 67, 62. All right, and it's cash. Well, let's make a check. It's a credit or not? It's a credit. Nope. Yeah, cash. You know what? Instead of credit here, I want to say I'm gonna add one more in there. All right, I'm gonna add one more in there. Cash or credit? We gotta have maybe check. It could be a check, right? Could be a check. So let's add that guy in there. Let's see what it does in there. Let's go in there. I want to see something here. So we make a payment. We come in here. Type credit. Oh. So transaction type is going to be either credit or debit. All right. I think what we need to add here is payment type in here. All right. Yeah. Let's think about this one. So with transaction, anytime we add, we make a payment, it's a credit to the company. But anytime you return, all right, let me show you. When you make a return, it audits you. All right, it audits you, and the transaction here is debit right there. There. So I was going to show you the audit later, but so now, yeah, you know what? Let's add another field. Now that you see, so I'm going to show you what's going to happen here. This is good because now you know what I'm having to think. All right, so I'm going to move that way. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can make a design here. There you go. We're going to add payment type, or we can add that to the node. All right, or we can add that to the transaction node. Transaction type is either credit or debit. But transaction here is not just it's not just the payment, you see. So it should be added to the node. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Even this one right here, it should not be payment. All right, because it could be. Yeah, this is not. I did this wrong here, because transaction is not just specifically for payment. It could be debit, meaning a return. All right. Because if we make a return, it's also an amount, and the return cannot be a payment, you see. So yeah, you know what? Let's change that. Let's change that. And I'm going to we're gonna need to modify the object, because anytime you make modification to the table, we gotta make sure that we right here. I'm gonna do payment amount right here. Yeah, let's change that payment amount to amount. All right. Now I know I can do the current project here because there are no payment amount anywhere in here. All right, other than in the transaction. So I can do this one because it's just going to modify any transaction or any code in regards to transaction. So I can do that. Let's go replace. Let's type in amount right there. Okay. All right. So that should be good. Save all. Those are the form that it modified. All right. So that's good, because it cannot just be payment transaction. It could be debit. You see. Now that I'm thinking. When I created that, I wasn't thinking. Now the payment type right here. You gotta come up with the payment type right here. Payment type right here. I'm gonna add this guy. So we got We got cash. How about add check in there? Check. All right, save. And then now I'm going to go into the code. We're just going to add that to the node. All right, so when we continue right here, transaction type is credit. However, the node right here, you see that payment? We can do payment by CBO payment type. That's going to be, yeah, that's going to be that. All right. And then transaction node, whatever the user enters right here, the node right here. All right. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's going to be fine right there. All right. Let's take a look. Now we're going to make a payment to that invoice number 5, which is this guy. See invoice number 5. Let's make a payment. Now we're going to say check. That one we just added. 1, 2, 3. Check number. Reference is the check number. All right. And then we don't have to add anything here. We can just say payment. Alright, let's make a payment, and it disappears, and it added to a transaction. Let's go take a look at transaction. We should have transaction for invoice number 5. That's that guy right there. Alright, now let's take a look at the node. Check payment by, or check payment by. You know what? I might have add that type in front of the payment by check. So let's fix that one. I think I did something there. Right there, the check payment right there. That's why I already did that one. Okay, my bad. Let's take that out. It should be payment by and then cash, credit, or check. All right, so let's fix this guy. So that's automatically done behind the scene that no one knows, no one sees. All right, so we automatically create an invoice. We also automatically create a transaction when they make payments or returns. Okay, returns also, I tested that one already. It says return right here, item return, and then here's a reference. Here's the invoice ID. So if we look at the invoice ID number 3, all right, invoice number 3 right here. Let's look at number 3 only. Oh, my bad. Invoice ID clear. This guy right here. This guy right here. See how it was see how this guy was zero out? That means that guy was returned. See, it's zeroed out right there. Okay, now when you return, it audits you. All right, automatically it audits you right here. Now we're going to look at it, the reference number 3. Reference ID is, let me see, reference ID is should be number 3. Yep, reference ID should be number 3. I'm gonna look at is there a number 3? I don't see number 3 in here. Let's see, that was the I gotta look back here. Let me see. We did item return. I tested that one right there. 0 amount, so I zeroed out the amount. Okay, that one was incorrect. All right, And this one was see, I tested that one didn't, so I'm going to delete this guy because that one was not correct, and I modified the code, and this one is doing it correctly because it zeroed out the amount. All right, you see the item line number and all that, so we can look back reference on invoice number 3. Invoice number 3, let's look at invoice number 3 right here, which is an order. So if we look at the order number 1, all right, instead of, let's look at order number 1. Where are you? Right here, order number 1. Defective, that right there, we found it. Right there, it's defective. Right, so that is that it records the part number 49, and if you look at the audit 49, nope, where is it? Invoice, somewhere, hold on just a second. Audit, let's see, transaction, right here, see there. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one. That one wasn't right, but this one is right. You see there, audit 49 right there, part ID 49, we found it. Part ID 49, ABS sensor, all right, ABS sensor right there, and total we credited 0 out on everything. See there? So that is the return item. So we have to zero out the items right there. Zero out the items, and the note is called defective. All right. So not that one. So that is the that is how that works behind the scene. Okay. So that's what I want to show you, which sometimes you have to be, you have to think through, okay, what kind of information is going to be recording, what's your system doing behind the scene, all right? So, but that's what I want to show you, all right? That's what I want to show you. Next time, I'm going to show you how we're going to create a report on transaction, all right? But right now, that's what I want to show you. I want to show you how I did the search on the appointment, all right? And I showed you how this clicking event right here, all right? So there, and it's interactive. I also did boo-boo on the work order, and I showed you that I resolved the issues, all right, on the drop down list right here. We resolved that together, you and I. The order is the same way, all right. We want to default to the first item always, all right, on items on the list. And as a matter of fact, showed you that this sort right here, see how it's 1 2 3, we're gonna make it 3 2 1. You see that 3 2 1. And I showed you the invoice, all right, that it automatically created an invoice, and we can see the invoice. Let's go to the report. Let's look at the invoice details, which is number 5 there. There you go. Now this type right here, we should take that out because because we got it right here, payment by check right there, okay, and reference number is the check number, all right. So that type right there is user never see. We don't want to show them credit debit, all right. So that's for transaction, that's for internal use, credit or debit. Anyways, but that's the invoice, all right. So it's coming along, it's looking pretty good, it's coming together, all right. So the next thing that I want to do, which I will show you, create a transaction report, which has running totals. What I remember that I did that one like over 3 years ago in a video. Anyways, but that will be the next video. Right now, that's all I want to show you. All right. Thanks for watching. Happy programming.